This episode of Catch, Hook, and Shoot is dedicated to Jerry Jarrett.
Up to the sky, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Zay, collectively known as SoCal Uncensored or
SCU! This is Catch, Hook, and Shoot, the worst podcast I've ever been on.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Catch, Hook, and Shoot, the best podcast you never heard of. My name's Tom. I am your host. Today is Friday, February 24th, 2023. I want to thank everybody for listening, watching, and subscribing on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Just look up Catch, Hook, and Shoot, and you'll be able to find the show. Or head to our Linktree, which is Linktree/Catch, Hook, Shoot, or you can scan this little QR code over here in the corner next to me, and you'll have links to our website, all of our social media, our YouTube, all the podcasting platforms, pro wrestling tees, and all that kind of fun stuff. Unfortunately, starting the show off on another sad note. I'm sure most everybody knows by now, last week Jerry Jarrett passed away, father of Jeff Jarrett, promoter for many, many years. We didn't get to talk about it last week. Last week was our preview show for Warrior Wrestling, so we didn't get to touch on that, but definitely rest in peace to Jerry Jarrett. His contributions to just professional wrestling in general cannot be overstated. I mean, he, was, like I said, promoter for many years, was part of the group that put on the Super Clash events. I believe they called themselves Pro Wrestling USA, trying to combat Vince McMahon on a national level. Ran the Memphis territory for so long with Jerry Lawler. Like I said, the father of Jeff Jarrett, one of the founders of TNA, the precursor to Impact Wrestling. So definitely a huge loss to the pro wrestling world. So let's get into our usual shenanigans over here, starting everything off this week with our lead story. So lead story for this week, AEW launching another new show. This one's called AEW All Access, and apparently it's going to be starting in March. This was Tony Khan's big announcement that he had on Dynamite this week. It's going to be like a behind-the-scenes type reality show. Apparently, basically cameras are just following wrestlers around during their day-to-day lives is what it sounds like. Adam Cole, Britt Baker, Eddie Kingston, Tony Khan himself are supposed to be part of it. So that's starting in March. I mean, I'll check it out. Of course, the haters online are going to talk trash about it. They've already started. But, hey, TBS asked for it, and AEW's delivering it. I mean, if a network says, hey, we want this kind of show, and they're offering you X amount of dollars for it, as somebody who's already got a couple of shows on their networks, you're going to be like, sure. I don't see, what, I'll get more into that part of it later, but, AEW All Access starting up next month in March. So like I said, I'm going to check it out. Sounds interesting. Should be worth a watch. So we'll see what it's all about. Moving on, we're going to get into our next segment here, which is basically just my personal favorite, what I think was the best match of the week, and that's called the Match of the Week. So my pick for Match of the Week this week is actually one of the matches that Charlie and I covered at Warrior Wrestling last weekend, and that was Joey Janela versus Mike Bennett. Unbelievable. This match, to me, stole the show. I mean, I think everybody has their own ideas about what a Joey Janela match is all about. You're thinking tables and doors and hardcore stuff. You don't think, a technical wrestling match when you think about Joey Janela, but that's exactly what this was. I mean, a lot of ground-based technical style of wrestling. Joey Janela really kind of took a page out of the Arn Anderson playbook, focusing on one part of the body. In this case, it was Mike Bennett's back. And at one point in the match, I said, hey, he could probably end this match with a Boston Crab if he wanted to. And not 5 minutes later, he had Mike Bennett locked in a Boston Crab. Now, Bennett did win the match, but just an outstanding wrestling match from these two guys. And that's not a big surprise from Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett is a great wrestler. But like I said, you don't think of this kind of match when you think about Joey Janela. And I said it live on commentary. Even Jim Cornette would have to respect that match. And he hates Joey Janela. But, so definitely a pleasant surprise. Stole the show for me. Just a great sound wrestling match between Joey Janela and Mike Bennett from Warrior Wrestling 28. If you didn't catch the show, it's on oh my god, I forgot the name of their streaming service. I think it's Pro Wrestling TV. Yeah, so check it out on there. The replay is available on there, or head over to YouTube or one of the podcasting platforms. The audio commentary from me and Charlie is posted on all of those platforms too, if you just want to listen to it. I think we did a pretty good job keeping up with calling all the action. So either way, check it out. Joey Janela versus Mike Bennett from Warrior Wrestling 28. That is the match of the week. Moving right along, I'm going to get into what were my top 3 moments of the week, and that's called the 3 count. All right, so first up on the 3 count is another one from Warrior Wrestling this past weekend. Brian Cage took on Casey Navarro for the Warrior Wrestling World Championship, and Casey Navarro did win by hook or by crook, mostly by crook, but the moment I'm looking at right now actually came at the end of the match. Now, where the event took place was a place here in Chicago called Thalia Hall, which is a concert hall, a music venue, basically. And so it has, around the stage, it has opera boxes, on 2 levels, lower level and upper level. And so after the match, of course, Brian Cage, lost by some chicanery from Frank the Clown and his little brood that he's got going on. But at one point after the match, Cage and Navarro had fought into the lower level opera box, which was right above the timekeepers area, and Brian Cage power bombed Casey Navarro out of that opera box and through the timekeepers table. I mean, it was an awesome visual. If you were watching on Pro Wrestling TV, you heard such a scream from Val Capone, and Charlie posted the clip of that. I'll have to share it on the podcast page on Facebook. But the scream from Val Capone when KC went through that table was epic, and it was just an awesome spot. So make sure to check that out. Number 2 on the 3 count from the Elimination Chamber, and kind of going into Raw the following Monday. Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. Fantastic match between these two. Roman Reigns did retain the WWE Universal Championship. Had a little bit of interference from Jimmy Uso. Jey Uso actually showed up too, but he was very hesitant. Roman wanted him to hit Sammy with the chair. Jey wouldn't do it. Roman started pushing Jey around the ring. It looked like Jey was going to snap back at Roman, but right at that same moment, Sammy got up, went for a spear on Roman. Roman sidestepped him, and he hit Jey. So we'll have to see how that's going to play out on SmackDown later tonight. Also saw the return of Kevin Owens. Kind of came out to help out Sami Zayn a little bit, so Sami didn't catch a total beatdown, but Roman still ended up retaining the title. And then on Raw, Sami Zayn called KO out, asked for his help taking on the Bloodline. KO basically turned him down and said, "Hey, if you want help, go to your buddy Jey." So kind of waiting to see how this is all going to play out. I think, my personal opinion, I think we're going to see Sammy and KO end up teaming up some way or another, but we'll have to wait and see. And third up on the 3 count, I should just start calling this part promo of the week because it always seems to be a promo in here, but MJF and Bryan Danielson. My God, MJF, I will continue to say it, he is the best heel in wrestling right now, one of the best on the microphone. I think the only person in wrestling that's better on the microphone than MJF is Paul Heyman. Because MJF just knows how to get heat, knows how to make people hate him, knows the right things to say, the right buttons to push to get people to just want to murder him. And, people, for some reason, people always compare him to The Miz. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I mean, Miz is great on the mic too. Miz is a good heel, but Miz is more, I don't want to say he's a comedy heel because he is, a serious wrestler and stuff like that. He's not just comic relief, but Miz takes his promos more the comedy route, I guess is what I'm trying to say, where MJF takes it the personal route. Like in this promo this week, he went after Danielson's kids, calling them by name, and it was just like, my God, as a father myself, yeah, I would have jumped on him and beat the shit out of him too. So just a great segment on Dynamite between MJF and Bryan Danielson. So let's get into the news and rumors and all that kind of fun stuff for this week. After the Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania is definitely beginning to take shape. Asuka won the Women's Elimination Chamber, so she will be facing Bianca Belair. On the Men's Elimination Chamber, Austin Theory retained the U.S. title with some help from Logan Paul. It got down to Austin Theory and Seth Rollins were the last two in the chamber, and Logan Paul came down and got involved in the match, enabling Theory to retain. So they're definitely, to me, it seems like they're definitely setting up Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins for WrestleMania, which I think will be, a pretty good match. I mean, as much as I am not a fan of Logan Paul, I can't deny his ability in the ring and his athleticism and that kind of stuff, and he's obviously put the work in as far as training to be a pro wrestler. So I can't take that away from him. I'm not a fan of him as a person. But can't take anything away from his athletic skills, put it that way. So yeah, I'm thinking that's probably going to be a WrestleMania match. Bobby Lashley did manage to beat Brock Lesnar at the Elimination Chamber, but it was by disqualification. Brock hit Lashley with a low blow when Lashley was going for the Hurt Lock. And then on Raw, MVP threw out a challenge to Lesnar for WrestleMania for Omos. So kind of interesting. I thought they were going to go the route of Lashley and Lesnar. I mean, that's definitely a WrestleMania quality match. For Omos to go in there, I mean, hell, I wouldn't mind seeing Omos versus Lesnar. I just want to see if Lesnar can F5 him. And I mean, I don't know. I'm wondering, can Lesnar German suplex an F5 a guy that's 7'3" and 400 plus pounds? He did it to Braun Strowman, but Omos is a little bit bigger than Braun, so be an interesting match if that's how it plays out. Obviously we've got Rhea Ripley and Charlotte already set for WrestleMania. Roman and Cody's already set for WrestleMania. The Sammy and KO bloodline thing is still kind of playing itself out. I think we're eventually gonna see probably Sammy and KO versus the Usos for the tag titles, but there's still that dissension in the bloodline with Jey Uso. So how's that gonna play out? And there's still a lot of moving parts before we get to WrestleMania, which isn't really that far off. I mean, we're just over a month away. So then also from Elimination Chamber, Edge and Beth Phoenix defeated Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. And then Edge answered Austin Theory's open challenge for the U.S. title on Raw. But, of course, we saw interference from the Judgment Day from Finn Balor. So that has definitely not been resolved. So we may see Edge and Finn one more time at WrestleMania. Wouldn't surprise me at all, and I would not have a problem with it. Those are two of my personal favorites in wrestling. Edge is in my top 5 all time as far as favorites go. So I'm never going to complain about Edge versus Finn Balor. Yeah, we also saw Lita return with Becky Lynch and lay down a challenge to Damage Control for the tag team titles, which Bayley accepted. So, could we be seeing new women's tag team champions in Becky Lynch and Lita? Could be interesting. I know Lita definitely has another title run left in her. So hopefully we'll get to see that. Then we got some more results from this weekend. There was a couple other big events going on. One was the New Japan Battle in the Valley. We saw Kenta defeat Fred Rosser for the Strong Openweight Championship, and kind of take a little dig at CM Punk, who was there for the event, saying, "I hope my number one fan enjoyed seeing a real GTS," because of course Kenta, the innovator of the Go to Sleep, and Punk used obviously the same move for many years, so. Kind of interesting. Eddie Kingston defeated Jay White in a loser leaves town match. So Jay White is out of New Japan, and there's been tons of rumors swirling about Jay White that the WWE wants to sign him. So I guess we'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know if Jay White is known well enough among casual wrestling fans to give him a big debut at WrestleMania. So I'm curious to see how that would play out if the WWE signs him. Who knows if that's actually going to happen. And then we had another title change. Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, defeated Kairi Sane for the IWGP Women's World Championship. And there's a lot of talk about Mercedes, too, from herself, saying that, she is a free agent. She can go anywhere with that title. She is not signed exclusively to New Japan, and Scott D'Amore has said, he wants her in Impact. They want Mercedes versus Mickie James. I think that would be a hell of a match. I would love to see that. So hopefully they can make it happen. I mean, IWGP Women's Champion versus the Knockouts Champion. That's, where sign me up. Where can I see this? Okay, some other stuff going on for AEW Revolution that we heard about on Wednesday. Jericho is finally going to get in the ring with Ricky Starks one-on-one. The Jericho Appreciation Society is going to be banned from ringside. They signed that match for Revolution just this past week on Dynamite, and Ricky Starks kind of talked Jericho into a corner and didn't leave him much of a choice, and Jericho obviously accepted, so we're going to see that one. And the winners of the Tag Team Battle Royale were Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. So they're going to be part of the Tag Team Championship match at Revolution, which is going to be a 4-way match. The Guns defending against the Acclaimed, as well as against Jarrett and Lethal now. And then there's one more Tag Team Battle Royale coming up next week to determine the 4th team in that 4-way match. And another match I want to make mention of from Dynamite was Sky Blue versus Saraya. I was so excited, honestly, when I heard about this match, because Sky Blue, obviously, Charlie and I have called some of her matches a Warrior. She's a Chicago girl, and so seeing her get a high-profile match like that, I mean, we just saw Sky last weekend at Warrior. She didn't have a match, but she had a run-in during the women's match. And so getting to see her on Dynamite primetime against Saraya, that's just an amazing accomplishment for her to be put in that spot, to be given that opportunity. And she definitely didn't disappoint. So gotta give a huge shout out to Sky Blue. And they had a great match. I mean, it wasn't super long. They weren't leaping off of balconies or anything like that, but it was a solid wrestling match. And like I said, just an amazing to see somebody who, like I said, Charlie and I have called matches for and met and had a chance to talk to a little bit at Warrior, to see her on Dynamite against one of the top women's stars of the last decade is just amazing again. So huge props to Sky Blue for getting that opportunity and just running with it. So just absolutely awesome job for her. So right now, I am going to step back a little bit and throw it over to Charlie G, and he is here with your Indie Cut.
I don't know if you like podcasts or if you don't like podcasts, but damn it, the Indie Cut with Charlie G. If you don't like podcasts, you're about to like podcasts. Go watch the Indie Cut with Charlie G, damn it. It's the finest podcast amongst all podcasts.
Thank you, Tom and the Briscoe brothers. Hey, the wrestling friends. I'm Charlie G with this past 2 weeks Indie Cut. First off, I'd like to say thank you to everyone at Warrior Wrestling 28, from Principal Steve, Eric, Val, the wrestlers, even Trevor Outlaw, to the staff of Talia Hall, whom they all made us feel welcome back. Couldn't be happy to be back. I can't thank them enough, or Tom for that matter. Without him, I wouldn't be doing any of this. So, again, thank you to everyone. I can't wait to see what comes along in the upcoming shows, and for us as well. I mean, it seems like we're gaining a lot of ground, so I can't thank Tom enough for this amazing wrestling adventure we're on. So, enough for that. Let's begin with Friday, February 10th. And Freelance 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge from the Logan Square Auditorium here in Chicago, Illinois. We had Cole Radrick defeat Acid Jazz, Chico Suave, Coda Hernandez, Sam Beal, and the sorta incredible Iverson. Craig Mitchell defeated Izo Orlandi. Kylie Ray defeated Sandra Moon. For the Freelance World Tag Titles, the champions August Matthews and Davey Bang defeated Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. An outstanding tag match. Devin Monroe defeated Heather Monroe. And for the Freelance World title in a gauntlet match, Storm Grayson defeated Darren Corbin, GPA, and the champion Robert Anthony, even with the help of that Frank the Clown. Storm is your Freelance champion and also your Freelance Underground champion, so congrats to him. Got to meet him at Warrior, got an autograph, got his baseball card. It's pretty cool. It's right in front of me. Cool guy. Don't know why he switched with the Clown, but check him out at Freelance. He's a lot better guy there. And check him out when he's in WWE's. I noticed he was a security guard one day. Forgot to tell him that I saw. And so he's moving up, so that's really cool. So we move to Major League Wrestling and Lucha Libre AAA and Promociones EMW. Not sure if this has been seen yet, so sorry if I'm spoiling anything. For the Reign of the Reinas title in a four-way match, champion Taya Valkyrie defeated La Hydra, Dalise, and Sexy Star. In a tag match, Bestia 666 and Mecha Wolf defeated Abismo Nargo Jr. and Toros. And in a six-man tag, this had to be great, Vikingo, Psycho Clown, and Rey Horus defeated Gringo Loco, Johnny Caballero, and Sam Adonis. Holy cow. Man, I want to see that match. Johnny Caballero is John Morrison, Johnny Warrior, Johnny, you name the promotion, he'll change his last name. Down to Mexico and CMLL. They have a tournament going on. I'm not going to even try and pronounce it. So we had Averno and Mystical defeat Rocky Romero and Valador Jr. And then another semifinal is Soberano Jr. and Templario defeating Dragon Roja Jr. and Titan. On to Saturday, February 11th. Yes, this will be long, folks, so take it easy. Saturday, February 11th, Tokiyoshi Pro. Hikari Noah and Janai Kai. It's good to see wrestling over in Japan, getting some more reps in. They defeated Rika Tatsumi and Yuki Aino. Mizuki and Yuki Sakazaki defeated Miyu Watanabe and Suzumi. And for their Futara Wa Princess Max Heart Tournament final match, Maki Ito and Miyu Yamashita defeated Hyper Masao and Soka Nakajima. So, good match there. Down to Australia and Melbourne City Wrestling, the house always wins. We had, in a tag team title match, Slex and Tommy Knight retained against Velocities of Jude London and Pera da Silva. They will be appearing at Warrior 29 in Grand Rapids, so good to see them in the States, and can't wait to see how that match is against Top Flight. I heard they're both great tag teams. I've never seen Velocities, so I can't wait to see that match. To the Warrior Wrestling title match, which then made it the World title match. Champion Casey Navarro defeated Mick Moretti to retain. Of course, y'all know it if you listen to the show on Saturday. And then also for the MCW World Heavyweight title, Buddy Matthews defeated champion Mitch Waterman to become new champion. So Buddy is champion in Australia, so congrats to him. Back here in the States, and we have Rise Wrestling. Queen Aminata defeated Scarlett. And for the Rise Grand title, champion Edric Everhart defeated Brian Pillman Jr. So nice to see he's still working some indies. To Jersey City Wrestling and GCW. This is their J Cup. I'm just going to go to the semis and the finals. So for first semifinal is Jordan Oliver defeating Joey Janela. And Mike Bailey defeated Blake Christian. So for the vacant Jersey Championship Wrestling title and the J Cup, Jordan Oliver defeated Mike Bailey. Very cool show. I got to watch both ends of that show, so check that out if you can. Excuse me. It's a little cold here today. Back here to LaSalle, Illinois, and Dreamwave in with the Out Crowd at the Knights of Columbus Hall on IWTV, so I got to see some of this, thankfully. We had Brubaker and CJ Esparza defeated Chris Castro and Matt Nix. Jay Fowler defeated Axel Rico. Mike Bennett defeated Nick Aldis. That was actually pretty shocking, I guess you could say, but Mike's really good anyway, so Bennett defeated Nick Aldis. Hammerstone defeated Lindsay Dorado. Check out Hammerstone's Twitter. There's a very cool picture of him hitting a dropkick, and the style is just very cool photo of that. So check that out. For the Dreamwave Alternative Title 4-way match, champion Gringo Loco defeated Black Taurus, Vikingo, and Rey Horus. Outstanding match. I loved it. And I think Rey Horus took the pin. But yeah, I have those four in action. Awesome to see. Dan the Dad defeated Eric Cannon. And then for the Dreamwave World title, Christian Rose defeated champion Vic Capri to become new champion. Also on the show was Shane Douglas, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Raven, I think, and Tommy Dreamer. I forgot who they beat up. It was so long ago, but that was a cool spot. Then see Shane, Tommy, and Raven all in the ring, and Hacksaw. Very cool moment there. Over to Seattle, Washington, and Defy Year 6. For the Defy Women's title, Danica Diehard defeated champion Vert Vixen by DQ, so no title change there. For the Defy Tag Team titles, champions Mance Warner and Matthew Justice defeated Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson. Nick Wayne defeated Cody Chahoon. For the Defy World title, champion Swerve Strickland defeated Titus Alexander. And John Moxley and Shaft defeated Davey Richards and Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah, that had to be great. That's on demand, so I have not seen it yet. Down to Mexico and AAA. Aerostar and Aramis defeated Antifez del Norte and La Parca Negra. La Flammer defeated Dalis, Lady Maravilla, Taya Valkyrie, and Estrelita. Puma King and Toscano defeated Vampiro and Willie Mack. And for the World Trios title, Bestia de Ring, Rouge, and Rey Escorpion took on El Cotero, Forastero, and Sansan to a no contest. Of course, they're going to lead up to Wrestlemania pretty soon. On to Sunday, February 12th. Stardom Triangle Derby continues. So we had Ruaka, Starlight Kid, and Haruka Umasaki get their 6 point. And Julia, Mai Sakura, and Tekla got their 6 point as well, defeating Himeka, Maika, and Lady C. So faction, non-faction there. To England and World Pro Wrestling, Super Clash 2023. Zaya Brookside defeated Myla Grace. To Spain and Tyrus Wrestling Snowball number 13. Carlos Romo defeated Azar. Back up to England and Progress Wrestling Chapter 149. Establish Your Love. Alley Catch defeated Seth and Martina. Alexis Falcon, and Millie McKenzie defeated Lizzie Evo and Nina Samuels. Warren Banks defeated Kid Lycos. For the Progress Tag Titles, champions Chuck Mambo and TK Cooper defeated Charlie Sterling and Nick Riley. Oh, actually, it was a double countout. My fault there. Then in a four-way match, Maggot defeated Tate Mayfair's 2-Bit and Warhorse. Yep, Warhorse actually made the progress, so congrats to him. And Luke Jacobs defeated Kid Lycos II. All the way on to Thursday, February 16th. Demand Lucha Plancha Tendencies from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Yeah, a lucha match in Toronto, right? Space Monkey defeated Marcus Mathers. For the Demand Lucha Openweight title, champion Jody Threat defeated Jimmy Lloyd. Arrow Boy defeated Manders. Sam Adonis defeated Jake Evans. And for the Lucha Premier title, champion Gringo Loco defeated Joey Janela. And a great, hard-fought battle. If you check that out, if you can, it's on IWTV. To Friday, February 17th, and Stardom Derby Triangle continues. Just the winners again. Momo Watanabe, Natsuko Toro, and Saki Kashima got their 8th point. Nani Takahashi, Yuna Mizumori, and Yu got their 11th. Hazuki Kaguma and Saida got their 6th. Maika Ozaki, Maya Yukai, and Ram Kaicho got their 10th. Natsupoi, Tam Nakano, and Saki got their 10th. And Hiragi Kuruma, Risa Sera, and Suzu Suzuki got their 10th as well. Back here in the States, and Chicago Style Wrestling from Franklin Park, Illinois. Wild at Heart on IWTV. For their CSW Heavyweight title, champion Axel Rico defeated TJ Steele. Cypher defeated Doom Montgomery. Vic Capri defeated JJ Garrett. In a 5-way scramble match, Steve Boz defeated Chris Miller, Cody James, Greg Murray, and Joey Mayberry. Then WA champion Camille defeated Shelly Benson. Like I said on the show, Sky could not make it. Tough to see that. That would have been nice to see how she could have done against Camille and Shelly. And then in the main event, it was Blake Christian defeated Marche Rocket. To AAW Legacy 2023 from the Berwyn Eagles Club on the HighSpots.com network. Good luck. Conan Lycan, Joe Orlando, and Salman Tupu defeated Crash Jackson, Damian Chambers, and Isaiah Moore. Heather Reckless and Sierra defeated Misa Kate and Queen Amanada. Josh Alexander defeated Ren Jones. Silas Young defeated Nels Garvin. For their AAW Heritage title, champion Davey Vega defeated Mike Bennett. For the AAW Tag titles, champions Calvin Tankman and Josh C. defeated Hakeem Zayn and Kareem. Yeah. In a 4-way match, Gringo Loco defeated Aramis, Black Toros, and Braden Lee. That'd be something else. Then in the main event, it was Jake Something picking Joey Janela, so Joey made another show. And they defeated Mance Warner and Manders. So pretty cool there. To Las Vegas and Violence and Suffering team with GCW Jimmy Lloyd's All Grown Up as a birthday show. So we had Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne defeated Aries and Commander. Very cool match there. Cole Radrick defeated Dante Leon. In a coffin match, Sequel Pay defeated Matthew Justice. Mike Bailey defeated Mito Extremo. Dark Sheik defeated Santana Jackson. That was some type of match. And then in a no ropes barbed wire death match, of course, Jimmy Lloyd really messed up Effie. I gotta say, Effie's back looked gnarly. Yeah. Up to Portland, Oregon, and Prestige Reality unfolds. Sandra Moon defeated Amira and Brooke Havoc. KZY defeated Adam Brooks. Alan Angels defeated Jaden. Masa Slamovich defeated Liza Hall for the Prestige title, and PWR Remix title. Champion Alex Shelley defeated Sanico. And then in a no canvas, no ropes, barbed wire death match, and boy was it, Drexel defeated Akira. Up to Canada and Real Canadian Wrestling International Chaos. Arrow Boy team with Gabriel Lestat to defeat Harriet Abbott and Ty Jackson. Staying in Canada, we have Bret Hart's son's promotion, Dungeon Wrestling Doomsday. So Raj Singh defeated Michael Allen, Richard Clark. Zoe Sagar defeated Nicole Matthews. In a six-man tag, Harry Smith and the Billington Bulldogs of Mark Billington and Thomas Billington defeated Bruno Blanco, Carew, and Michael Blay for their World Mid-Heavyweight title contendership match. Mo Jabari defeated CK Crimson by DQ. And for the Stu Hart Heritage title, champion Nick Aldis defeated Chris Masters. So very cool to see there. Can't hope to get to see those shows. Not sure how I can yet. Down to Mexico and CMLL. Let's say this. Angel Dororo, Cavernario, Rocky Romero, and Titan defeated Gran Guerrero, Uroculo, Ultimo Guerrero, and Valor Jr. 2 falls to 0. And further, Tornillo, Incredible, the Perros final match. Sorry if I destroyed that name. Averno and Mystical defeated Soberano Jr. and Templario. On to Saturday, February 18th, Tokyoshi Pro. The winner's circuit. Now Kakuda defeated Huno Neko and Pam Harajuku. Mizuki, Yuka Sakazaki, and Raku defeated Mihiro Kiru, Yuki Kamafuku, and Maki Ito. Sorry to see her lose there. For the International Princess title, champion Miyu Watanabe defeated Janai Kai in a very outstanding match between those two. In a tag match, Miyu Yamashita and Yuki Arai defeated Aja Kong and Moko Miyamoto. They're setting up something for Yuki and Aja, which is very weird, but can't wait to see what happens, right? Back here in the States, in Crown Point, Indiana, Black Label Pro Love Stinks. This is show 1 of the day. This is the one that was at 4 o'clock. Dan the Dad defeated Trevor Outlaw, who was with August Matthews and Davey Bang. What the heck is going on with all these promotions? They're too much cross-promoting. Trevor's not friends with them in freelance, but yet in Black Label Pro. Gotta love wrestling, right, fans? In the 4-way match, Isaiah Moore defeated Carlos Romo, La Australia, and Trick Davis. Aramis defeated Marcus Mathers. Kevin Blackwood defeated Trish Adora. In a hardcore match, Joey had a hardcore match hours before Warrior Wrestling. Holy cow. Joey Janela defeated Paul Lee. For the Black Label Pro Midway's title, champion Joshua Bishop defeated Dominic Guarini. For Black Label Pro Tag Team titles, champion August Matthews and Davey Bang defeated the Space Pirates, Shane Saber and Space Monkey. Nice to see them back in action. It's been a long time coming. probably due to COVID rules and all that good stuff. But nice to see them back. Then at the show, that was at 7 o'clock, or 8 o'clock, however you might put it. Black Label Pro, All My Friends Are Enemies. Darren Fly and Nate Coben defeated Matt Brannigan and Megabyte Ronnie. So he's still around wrestling. That's nice. Calvin Tankman defeated the One Called Manders. Eli Isom defeated Errol Starr. Six-man tag, Alex Crowley, Adam Slade, and Bradley Prescott defeated Matt Nix, Darius Luttrell, and Coda Hernandez. KZY defeated Trey Lamar. And for the Black Label Pro Heavyweight title in a street fight, champion Billy Starks defeated her boyfriend Brogan Finley. So that had to be pretty awesome there. Then I got home in time to see half of the New Japan Battle in Valley show. Yeah, I just kept on watching wrestling, fans. So the matches we did not see. Kevin Knight, Kushida, the DKC, and Valor Jr. Defeated Adrian Quest, Jox Alexander, Masquerita Dorada, and Rocky Romero. Pretty cool there. For their openweight strong title, Kenta defeated champion Fred Roster to become the champion. And Kenta won this with CM Punk in attendance. Very interesting there. For their openweight tag titles, champions Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defeated Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs. And a loser leaves New Japan Wrestling. I guess I was wrong. Eddie Kingston defeated Jay White. So I guess Jay White is headed to WWE faster than I thought. So I see Eddie win. This is a very cool match. I got home just in time to see this one. Yeah, Jay White is out of New Japan and will no longer return. I doubt that's possible because everyone returns to New Japan at some point in time. So Jay White's on now. Then a Filthy Rules fight match, Tom Lawler defeated Homicide. For the New Japan World TV title, champion Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Clark Connors. For the IWGP Women's title, Mercedes Moné defeated Kairi. Yeah, Kairi. Yeah, Kairi. My fault. Damn. Kairi. Yeah, in an outstanding match. And then for the IWGP World Heavyweight title, champion Kenzuko Okada defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi. So nice way to end the night. Even though GCW is still going on, middle of the night. Tony Deppen defeated Alec Price, Cole Radrick, Eli Everfly, Jimmy Lloyd, and Starboy Charlie. Nick Wayne defeated Matt Cardona. That's interesting there. Gringo Loco and with Latigo and Toxin defeated Ariz, Jack Cartwheel, and Mago. So Ariz was able to make a show since he was off of Warrior 28. For that Jersey City Wrestling title, Jordan Oliver retained against Mance Warner. Charles Mason defeated Ali Catch. For the GCW tag titles, champion Ciclope and Mito Extremo defeated the Bollywood Boys of Guru Shiru and Harsh Shiru. Leo Rush defeated Commander. That was a fun match. Blake Christian defeated Willie Mack. And Blake tried to chair Willie Mack to smithereens, but was interrupted. And then for the GCW World title, champion Nick Gage defeated Mike Bailey. And fans, if there's a wrestler on you and there's no guardrails, leave him alone. Jeez. Give me a break. Down to Big Lucha, Love and Blood. Jack in a Bull Terrier match, Jack Evans defeated Gravity. And Bandito teamed with Flamita to defeat Emperor Dur Azteca and Porto de Oro. 24 minutes. Alright, let's keep going. Sunday, February 19th in Stardom. This a regular show. Lady C defeated Rena, so she finally won an unmatch. Let's go to Maria May and Mina Sirkawa defeating Hanan and Saida. And a 10-woman tag match. Julia, Himeka, Maika, Mai Sakura, and Tekla defeated Momo Watanabe, Atsuka Toro, Ruaka, Sakakishima, and Starlight Kid. Then over to England, Red Pro live in Southampton 22. Gideon Gray and Lucian Phillips defeated Kid Lycos and Kid Lycos 2. Dan Maloney defeated Luke Jacobs. Michael Uku defeated Cameron Kai. And Will Ospreay defeated Leighton Buzzard. To Wisconsin in Midwest All-Star Heart of Warrior 3. This was a taped show, but we had Al Snow and Cal Hero defeating Ken Anderson and Miles Mora. Yeah, Ken Anderson and Al Snow on the same. Wow, okay. For the women's title three-way match, champion Sierra defeated champion Laney Luck and Viva Van to become new champion. Eric Redbeard teamed with Swaggle to defeat Joey Avalon and Coda Jacobs. For the Impact World title, champion Josh Alexander defeated GPA to retain, yeah. And then for their TV title in a steel cage match, champion Rampage Santana defeated the System. Sorry. Almost done, fans. On to Tuesday, February 21st. And Kenji Muto's grand final. Last Love Holdout from Noah. This show was... I wish I would have tried to watch it. Because the pre-show 8-man tag, or 8-woman tag. Mio Yoshida, Rika Tatsumi, Shoka Nakajima, and Yuka Sakazaki defeated Maki Ito, Miyu Watanabe, Mizuki, and Yuki Arai. In another pre-show 6-man tag, Anthony Green, Jack Morris, and Jake Lee defeated Takahashi Segura, Timothy Thatcher, and Satoshi Kojima. All these names are just outstanding. And we had another 10-man tag. Chris Ridgway, Daga, Eita, Hayata, and Yoshinari Ogawa to defeat Alejandro, Osushi Koteji, Junita Mirawaki, Sika Yoshiko, and Yohei. I destroyed those names. I'm very sorry for that. Still good to see Daga still in action. In a DDT Showcase 8-man tag, Mao Shuma Katsumata, To Kojima, Yuki Uno defeated Tetsuya Endo, Yuya Kuraku, Hideki Okatani, and Takahashi Masada. Now you know why I don't talk about Noah too much. Jeez. Then we had Dr. Wagner Jr., Kiwit Marufuji, and Ninja Mac to defeat Diamante, Kai, and Shun Skywalker. Hiromu Takahashi defeated Yamakusha. Okada defeated Kaito Kiyomiya. And then in Keiji Muto's not-so-final match, Tetsuya Naito defeated Muto. And then quickly then after, Muto did a little talk and challenged Masahiro Chono, who was on commentary. And then special referee Tiger Hattori came down, and Chono tapped out Muto for his final match. We do believe it might be his final match, but so Masahiro Chono defeated Kenji Muto in 1:37. So yeah, there you have it. Gotta love wrestling, right? Then finally, Wednesday, February 22nd, New Japan presents CML Fantastic Mania. They are back, so this should be fun. Carbonario, Piano III, and Okamuro defeated Dulce Gardenia, Tiger Mask, and Yo. In an 8-man tag, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and Titan defeated Master Wato, Taguchi, Kosi Fujita, and Soberano Jr. Acherio, Sho, and Templario defeated El Desperado, Rey Kamita, and Valador Jr. And then in the main event was Atlantis Jr. and Ultimo Guerrero defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi and Mystico. sorry for the long cut. There was a lot to talk about. I want everyone to catch up on all the people that were at Warrior and all their matches that they participated in. I give them lots and lots of credit for all that travel. And so if you ever see them, really say thank you. Other than just getting an autograph and shaking their hand, just say thank you for all they do. They really do travel around a lot just to make us fans happy. So thank you once again to all of them. Thank you everyone at Warrior. It was just an awesome night. Fun to watch Steve and Eric standing right next to me for the main event and how excited they were during the show. That's something I'll never forget. So thank you again. Hope you all enjoyed the cut. Until next week, that's a wrap for me. I'm beat. Thank you for listening or watching. Take care. Keep safe. Be kind to everyone. And enjoy your wrestling. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Charlie, as always. So the next segment up on the show is my kind of top, just the people that I guess am most... I don't know if impressed is the right word, but it's called the top 5. So the top 5 this week is, they're all part of the same storyline, and it's honestly, in my opinion, the best storyline going right now in WWE, maybe in wrestling as a whole, as it should be, because it's going to end up being the main event of WrestleMania, and that is the Bloodline storyline with Roman, Cody, Sami, KO, and the Usos. That is my top 5, because there's so many layers to it. You got Cody, who, was out for so long with that injury, coming back, winning the Royal Rumble, being the number 1 contender, getting the main event shot at WrestleMania. You've got Roman, who's been champion going on 3 years. That is unheard of in the current era of wrestling. I mean, especially in WWE. I mean, the last few years, they've had guys holding titles longer, but 900 plus days for Roman Reigns, like I said, it's unheard of. So, you've got that part. You've got Sami Zayn, who was part of that bloodline for a little while, but ended up, staying true to himself and not bending to just blindly following the will of Roman Reigns. You got Kevin Owens, who's been fighting against the bloodline for months, almost from the beginning, with Roman trying to get the titles off of him. You got the Usos, specifically Jey Uso, who was hesitant to join Roman from the get-go, and really only joined up with Roman after Roman started threatening his family and stuff like that. Then Jimmy Uso, who was injured when this whole thing started, and then came back, joined up with the bloodline, and basically took over the tag team division with Jey Uso. Now you've got Jey being hesitant again. Roman trying to basically sick Jey on Sami Zayn, and he didn't want to do it, and walked out at the Royal Rumble when Sami turned on the bloodline. And then you've got the kind of the wild card, Solo Sikoa. I know I really didn't include him in the top 5, but he's part of this too. Kind of the newcomer, came up from NXT, the brother of the Usos. So there's just so many layers and so many moving parts to this. And I think WrestleMania is where we're gonna see all of this get paid off, and it's just very one of the more interesting storylines that WWE has had in recent years. So, I'm definitely digging this. So yeah, everybody involved in the Bloodline storyline. That is my. And then I forgot to even mention Paul Heyman, the promos that him and Cody have done. I mean, we haven't even seen a face-to-face with Cody and Roman yet. We've only seen Cody face-to-face with Paul Heyman, and the promos from those two have been epic. I mean, the one 2 weeks ago was insane. One of the best promos I've seen, this year so far. I mean, I called it the promo of the year, and I'll stand by that. So this is all building, like I said, towards that payoff at WrestleMania. So I'm actually excited for WrestleMania this year. So I have very high hopes for this. So I can't wait to see how it all ends up playing out. So next up on the show, normally this is where I'd throw in the fantasy booker, but I actually don't have one for this week. I didn't, and I like to kind of put some time into it and really come up with, a good fantasy type match. I just didn't have the time to sit down and do that this week, so I'm actually going to skip over the fantasy booker for this week just because I don't want to just randomly throw something together that just doesn't seem fair to anybody. So we're going to just roll into our final segment of the show where I give kind of a not so popular opinion or just kind of go on a rant about something I don't like, and that's called the weekly hot take. Alright, so this week's hot take, this is something I've been holding off talking about for a while because it's never going to go away. Never going to go away. So I figured why not just finally put my thoughts about it out there. Not like anybody cares, but, the laugh emojis. The fucking laugh emojis on Facebook. Any wrestling post there is, unless it's about somebody passing away or something very serious, there's always the same 6 or 7 or 8 morons that have to respond with the laugh emoji, whether it's AEW announcing their new show coming out, or Mercedes Moné talking about she wants to wrestle Mickie James, or anything that a wrestling promotion or a wrestler posts on Facebook. It will be the same 6 or 7 morons who have to respond with the laugh emoji. We get it. You're a fan of the other company because the WWE marks do it on AEW posts and AEW marks do it on WWE posts. Guys, you're not original. You're not cool. You're not edgy. You're a fucking moron. Every time I see it, I click on it just to see the names, and it's the same freaking names every time. and just why? Why? I mean, okay, you're not a fan of AEW. Why do you follow them then? Scroll past, unfollow them, block them if you don't like them. Best thing you can do if you don't like a company or a show or whatever is to not give it any attention. That's literally the main way to take money out of the pocket of the company you don't like, is not to watch their shows. Because then they're not getting that little 1/1,000,000th of a point in the ratings that you count for. But other than that, I don't understand hate watching or hate following, or, following somebody on social media just so you can talk crap at them or whatever. It's ridiculous. It's such a waste of energy. And I mean, how pathetic is your life if that's what you get joy from? I mean, come on. We're all wrestling fans here, guys. I mean, I've been a wrestling fan since I was 5 years old. I'm going to be 46 in 2 months. So, I've been around this game a while. I've seen companies come and go. I've seen wrestlers come and go. And, I just love wrestling. I don't care what it is, if it's in a 100,000 seat stadium or a 200-seat high school gym. I don't care. I love wrestling, and that, honestly, that's what it should be about, is just watch what you like, ignore what you don't, and move on with your life. It's not that serious, guys. It's wrestling. It's wrestling. It's play fighting. It's, it's drama. It's entertainment. It's a television show. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Like I said, it's never going to go away. People are always going to hate watch. People are always going to think they're being cool by, I'm going to laugh at that. Whatever. You're idiots. You're just idiots. I'm sorry, but I don't know any other word for you. Oh, so that is going to wrap us up for this week. So, again, I want to thank everybody for listening, watching, subscribing on YouTube, Podbean, or not even, God, Podbean, I haven't said that and I don't know when. We're not even on Podbean anymore. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. Look up Catch, Hook, and Shoot. You'll find the show. Or head to our link tree, which is linktree/Catch, Hook, Shoot, or scan this little QR code right next to me here, and you'll get links to our website, social medias, the YouTube channel, all the podcast platforms, Pro Wrestling Tees store, and all that kind of fun stuff. And if you ever want to shoot us an email. It's catchhookshoot@gmail.com. So with that, I'm going to sign off for this week. Hope everybody has a great week, great weekend. Enjoy all the great wrestling coming up, and we will talk to you guys soon.